when I came out here. Then I realized that every dance I do is a single ladies dance. Like, my dancing ability is actually probably the reason that I'm a single lady. Lately I've been daydreaming about what I would do if I weren't an accountant, and I think that I would be a marriage counselor. Like, I've never been married. I have no idea what makes relationships work. But if Arnold Schwarzenegger can be governor, I can be a marriage counselor. But actually, I think that I would be really successful because I would bring couples into my office. I would set them each up with a Tinder profile and just have them start swiping. And like, I guarantee by the end of that hour, they would be more in love with each other than Kanye West is with himself. Nobody wants to online date, right? It's kind of a last resort, kind of like becoming an accountant. But people always ask me, like, why I have to resort to online dating, like why I'm still single, and I tell them it's because I'm 30, I have multiple cats, and I'm an accountant. That is a triple strength man repellent. Because men, like, they don't like when women are involved with finances. I figured this out. Like, you are more likely to get a man to ask for directions while he's driving than you are to get him to let you be involved with money. Like, it got so bad during my last relationship that I had to pretend to be a Nigerian princess just to get access to our joint bank account. But I have accepted that, like, I have to resort to online dating because nothing else has worked. Like, I thought for a while that I would meet somebody in college. But my college life is just a train wreck. And I really could have predicted this, like, on the first day of college. This is really just how my college career went. On the first day, I'm like super excited to be a real adult, right? And so I got all dressed up, was wearing a nice blouse, was wearing a skirt that wrapped around a tie, and I was walking in class, and people were giving me really strange looks. So I like glanced down and realized I'm no longer wearing a skirt. It is 100 yards in back of me. And I know that most girls wait until the first big party of the semester to lose their skirt, but I've always been an overachiever. So, after college, I thought, okay, like maybe my friends will hook me up with somebody. So I asked them to help me out, but they always hook me up with like these really big douchebags. So I don't know what they're trying to say to me. But my last relationship actually was with a guy that my friend hooked me up with, and he was a douchebag. He thought that my hobbies were just the worst, and that might have been okay if his hobby wasn't World of Warcraft. Like, how are you going to make fun of me for dressing my cats up like Harry Potter characters? When you're getting into legitimate online fights with 13-year-olds. And not just any 13-year-olds, but 13-year-olds whose idea of a good insult is to be like, your mom cast a spell on my warlock. So I've stopped going to my friends. So then I thought, like, maybe I can meet somebody at work. But the problem with that is that I work for the Hurricanes. And it's not that I don't like hockey, it's just that I like men with teeth. So that leaves me with online dating, right? And the problem with online dating is that you go on a lot of first dates, but you go on very few second dates. And so, like, I can't save people under their name anymore because I won't remember who they are. So I have to save them under some kind of description. And it worked really well up until last night when I got a phone call from somebody, and based on what I saved him under, I thought that he was going to be well endowed. But we talked for a few minutes, and then I realized, oh no, he actually just is a huge, you know. I think that maybe my time is wrapping up, but I feel like as an accountant, I have to tell at least like one good drunk story. So, about a year ago, I was going out to celebrate my favorite drinking day, which is New Year's Eve, and I got just completely obliterated. I was out with my friends. I lost track of them, and I ended up like off in this secluded area by myself. And so I'm sitting, like I don't know where my friend lives. I don't really know how to get back to her place. So I'm sitting on the sidewalk just sobbing hysterically like only drunk girls can do. And this homeless guy comes up to me and asks me why I'm crying. And I tell him, like, oh, I don't know how to get back to my friend's house. And he says to me, and like I'm quoting him, so it sounds like you have a house to go back to. Maybe you should quit being a little bitch and get your shit together. There is literally nothing that will put you in your place faster than a homeless person telling you to get your shit together. He actually ended up being really cool. He kept me company until a cab came to pick me up. And actually, he was the person whose phone call I thought I was answering last night.